I had an apartment. I even had a roommate. Not bad for 10 days. So I'm going to be honest with you because that's kind of my thing. I'm very, very open and very honest. That first job that I got coming out of college, that was not my dream job. I don't think it's anybody's dream job. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So that job, it was fine. It was a Monday to Friday kind of job. It was 9 to 5. I sat at a desk. It was fine. But it wasn't getting me where I really wanted to be. You see, I had dreams. I knew that I wanted to be successful. I didn't know how I was going to get there, but I knew that I wanted to be successful. And to me, success meant two things. I wanted to make a lot of money, and I wanted to be the boss. How many of you guys think that that's what you want? You want to make a lot of money, just own it, it's okay. And you want to be the boss, or you want to be the boss. Okay, all right. So you're a lot like me in that way. That's what I wanted. That's where I saw myself going. But I knew that the job that I had at that moment was not going to get me there. But again, it paid the bills. I worked. It was good. For about a year, this went on. Until I actually met a man that had a really great business idea. And he's like, you know what? I think we should start a business together. So we did. So 1 year out of college, I go in and I start this business with a business partner. I majored in history, you guys. Not business, not marketing, history. Right here. I knew nothing about running a business. Zero. But I was willing to work my tail off, and I did. So for the first year that we were in business, it was tough. I had a mantra that I said to myself every day. I am sure that it's something you have heard. It's a little thing called failure is not an option. How many of you guys have heard that before? All right, say it with me then. Own it. Failure is not an option. Say it. Failure is not an option. All right, we can be a little more enthusiastic though. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Failure is not an option. All right. I said this to myself 5,000 times a day, every day for the first year we were in business. And you know what? We didn't fail. We weren't a booming success, but we didn't fail. The second year, we made twice as much money we made the first year. By the third year I was in business, I was making more than my parents were making. By my 4th and 5th year, I had doubled and tripled those numbers. And every year after that, I doubled my income. I'm 25, 26, 27 years old, and I'm running a multi-million-dollar international business. Not bad for a history major, huh? So, the thing is that I had accomplished the two most important things to me. I was making a lot of money, and I became the boss. Everyone answered to me. And I thought, if I had those things, like I'm sure that you probably think, that you would be happy, that I would be happy, right? Absolutely. I was not. In fact, I got unhappier the more money I made. Seems to be the opposite of what most people think. But I worked all the time. You see, with my success came an even harder drive to work more and to work harder. I worked 7 days a week. I worked 16, 18, 20 hours a day at some points. I had no friends. I had no family. I mean, I did have a family, I just didn't see them. I had work. That was it. I had work. In all fairness, I did get married during that time, my poor husband, my husband actually was my business partner at the time. Bless his heart, like he had a chance to date other people. So yes, we did get married, bless him. Anyway, so yes. Yeah. So every year I said, okay, we're unhappy. We want to make a difference for someone else. We're making all this money. Next year is going to be the year. We're going to do something different. We're going to make more money, but we're also going to make a difference. And every year, it didn't happen. Every year, we made more money. But every year, we never made a difference for anyone else. So this went on for, I ran this business for almost 10 years. And then I would meet the man who would change my life drastically. This man would make me face all of my fears. Because this man would go on to steal several $1 million from me and my business. Yeah. Yeah. So, and this man was really, he was something. This man actually made it look like I stole the money from my business and my clients. He was a real sweetheart. Now, as I mentioned, I ran an international business, and when you take money in from other countries into the United States, and then it goes missing, do you know what that's called? Money laundering's one thing, but this is even worse. It's called international wire fraud. Do you know who investigates international wire fraud? Not the FBI. The U.S. Secret Service. The people that protect the president? Yeah, not fun, guys. So guess who was facing 36 counts of international wire fraud, among other things? Me. So, I had to do something I've never done before. I had to hire a criminal defense attorney, among other attorneys. I had a team of about 6 attorneys in the midst of this. So the day that I hired my criminal defense attorney, and just to give you a little perspective, I've never had a speeding ticket. Okay? Just in case. Okay, so I've never had a speeding ticket, and here I am hiring a criminal defense attorney. And my only thing to him was that, look, keep me out of jail, just keep me out of jail, keep me out of jail. I mean, look at me. I mean, take a long, hard look at me. Do I look like I would do well in jail? Oh, thank you. It's kind of weird that you think that, but thank you, I think. We'll discuss your thoughts later. Or maybe not, I don't know. We'll go back to it. So yeah, I knew that I wouldn't do well in jail. I knew that, yeah, I didn't want to test that theory, let's just say that. So my criminal defense attorney, he sat by my side when I had my meetings with the U.S. Secret Service. Lots of meetings with the Secret Service. And quickly, we were able to prove that I and my husband/business partner were completely innocent, that we were actually the victims here. Unfortunately, in the meantime, the international news media had gotten a hold of this story. This had become a very big story because millions of dollars are missing, and it all had to do with the Vancouver Olympics that were about to happen. because I did international sports tours around the world. So between the Olympics being on the news and now all this money is missing, I am like the favorite news bit every night. So the international news media got a hold of my story. They sent reporters from all over the world to camp out in front of my office and in front of my house. Now, I say the word camping literally because there was a Hungarian reporter who actually pitched a tent in my front yard. You laugh, but it happened. My neighbors did not like it. Yes. So, yeah. Now, if you Google me, which I see some of you may be, that's okay. Please know that if you ever look up anything on Google Translate, there were some issues. At one point, I can't remember in what country it was reporting that I stole millions of cows. I did not, ever. I don't know what I would do with one, much less millions. But there you go. So yes, so the international news media, I was the favorite girl for 3 days straight on CNN International. I was their lead story for 3 days straight. That was not awesome. Now, one thing you probably don't know about the Secret Service is that the Secret Service does not talk to the media unless they're in trouble with the media, which that happens here lately. But they did not clear my name to the media. They knew that I didn't do it, but they didn't report that to the media. So all these people around the world are reading that I stole their money, and now they're starting to sue me left and right. And of course, if I had read what they were reading, I would have sued me too. I'm serious, I would have. But, so I was having to spend all the money that I had just spent 10 years building so that I could defend myself for something I didn't do in civil court. I was having to hire private detectives to track down the money and where it was. So basically, all the money that I had spent all these years building and working hard for, I was losing by the second. I went on to lose my business, obviously. I lost my house. I lost everything. Everything. And for someone who's always done the right thing, checked the right boxes, that was a hard thing to swallow. Very hard. So for the next few months, I was in a bit of a haze. I was not in a good place. I may or may not have worn the same pair of pajamas every day for 2 or 3 weeks straight without a shower. It was gross. But yeah, so it was rough. But I did realize, all right, Amanda, you're not going to have money in about 3 months, any money. You have a family to support. You need to go out there and you need to get a job. You got to go work for somebody else. Now, this was a time in our country where things were not going well economically. People were not hiring. McDonald's wasn't even hiring. Seriously. So it wasn't good. But I was out there, I was trying to find a job, but nobody wanted to hire me. Even if they could hire me, all they had to do was Google me and know, yeah, we're not hiring her. But for some reason, a company decided, a friend of a friend recommended me for a job, and this company decided to take a chance on me. I'm not sure why, but they did. Because at that point, I would have done anything. I would have taken any job. I would have scrubbed toilets with my toothbrush. That's where I was. But this company, this boss, decided, you know what? There's something I see in you, I'm going to give you a shot. I didn't even ask what the job was. I was willing to do it. So the first time I met with my boss, he was a super nice guy. He's like, I've got this great job opportunity and you're gonna love it. And I was like, awesome, tell me all about it. He says, you are gonna spend 80% of your time talking to high school kids. Wait, what? High school kids. Have you met me? Do you know that I've never spoken to a high school kid since, I don't know, I was a high school kid? That might be a problem. I was like, let me give you another copy of my resume, maybe you missed some things. But he was like, no, 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 you're gonna be great. I was like, all right, dude. If you're willing to pay me, I'm willing to work at this point. So I took this job, talking to high school kids. And for the first 2 weeks, I hated every day. It was rough. I was like, how did I get here? Literally. But then this really crazy thing happened. I started really enjoying what I was doing. I didn't care that I had to get up before 5 a.m. to drive to some of these schools. I started having a good time at work. This was the first job I'd ever had since I'd been working at the age of 15, where I enjoyed going to work every single day. The very first job ever. And the ironic thing is, this was not a job I would have picked out for myself. This is the job that I had to take when my life fell apart. This is the job that I literally face planted into in the worst moments of my life. And this is the job that would change my life for the better. This is the job that gave me the opportunity to start making a difference in other people's lives. You see, I happen to know something about each and every one of you here. Young people, parents, grandparents. There's something we all have in common. We are all going to face failure. We are all going to face obstacles. We're all going to face struggles. Sure, we've faced some already, but there's going to be others. Some of them are worse than others, but we're all going to face them. The question is, what do you do in those moments? Do you lay down? Do you accept defeat? When life kicks you down? Do you? I hope not. In those moments of failure, in those moments of obstacles, in those moments of struggle, I hope that you stand up. I hope that you brush yourself off. I hope that you step up to the challenge, whatever that may be. All right, so here's the deal. I'm going to do something that I typically don't do very often, but Brian, where is he? Where is he? Okay. Apparently he's, oh, there he is. Oh, sorry. All right, so Brian had asked that we do some Q&A. So can you guys pop up the Q&A? Or not? Oh, hi.
Okay, so let's all give a great thank you to Amanda and for her really inspiring speech.
Thank you.
Okay, so all of you are going to get to ask questions in just a moment. We'll have a phone number pulled up on the screen, and anyone that has a question could just take out their phone and text the number. But before that, we also have some students that specially requested that they ask these questions to you
Great.
before.
Okay, bring it.
So the first question is, what what do you think that what do you believe that high schoolers can do to start pursuing their goal as a leader?
To start pursuing their goal as a leader. So here is my big thing about pursuing your goals as a leader, as a personal leader, whatever. You need to make a difference for someone besides yourself. It could be just one person, or it could be a group of people. But what I see in this particular organization is that you guys are making a difference in other people's lives. And that's amazing. But I'm going to ask that all of you continue that ripple effect, that you all continue to do that. Because that's what leadership is about. It's not about you. It's about everyone. So that would be the thing that I would think is the most important, is to look beyond you to the world around you.
Okay, so if anyone that has a question could text the phone number up on the screen right now. We will get those phones, we will get all of those questions, and we can start asking.
Perfect. Would you bring water? The open one? Thank you. Did you have other questions?
Yes, we do. Actually, we got 3 in the past few seconds. The first is, how did your parents react to everything that happened following your bankruptcy?
My parents. So that, wow. Well, let's just start with the toughie. Okay. Well, so my mother is wonderful. My mother is wonderful. My mother was very supportive. My mother was actually in Vancouver. I was actually in Vancouver when everything fell apart, getting ready for the Olympics there. So she was there with me, helping me with my son. So she was very supportive. My father could have been more supportive. Yes. Yes. What else?